Attention! Captain Cook and John Young.
I just really want to thank all of you for being a part of this, because if you weren't here, it wouldn't happen. And you guys are all very meaningful in our lives, and I'm sure there's a couple of people that might want to say something about Mr. Goodenow. and
My relationship with Steve actually comes mostly through Jeff Portnoy.
Sure.
And Jeff sent his best tonight. He's in Denver doing whatever he does. I'll just tell one of the funniest things that ever happened. He came to Alaska. And then Riley, of course, being the cheapskate, not like UHS these days where they just spend money freely. Jeff said, Steve wants to go everywhere. You know, he wants to go see everything. And Jeff would say, it's ridiculous. So, but that's just a story itself. But I just wanted to say a few words. And we're here, and I know his family's here, and Wendy's put up with him, but he's a great guy.
And before she leaves, I was a guy before I got married. She was a girl before she was a guy. And that's because my maiden name is Guy, her married name is Guy. But she would like to say a couple of words.
As far as that guy, I've known him for longer than she has. His mother used to work for me.
No, you know, I always like to joke how long-winded he can be. But in reality, my dad, you know, he's always there, you know, silently, a lot of times just being supportive, and that means a lot. So, and Wendy, I think we should all give a hand to Wendy. She kept us secret. She did a really good job. And you know, we love Wendy a lot. They really are a good pair. We're so happy to have Wendy as part of our family. He was there, didn't say anything, just was supportive, was there the next day. You know, he's really a great dad, and I'm glad I get to say that. Anyway, happy birthday, Dad. Thank you.
My turn. I understand there's an over-under on 5 minutes at the table over there. I'm a blessed person. I've always felt that I was blessed. I always felt I was very lucky. And I can see that that's just been reinforced by coming here today and seeing so many of my friends. People I work with, my lovely wife, my son, my grandchildren, and my friends. They say a man is remembered by his friends. He's remembered by the people that lives he's affected, but in this case, I'm remembered by the people that have affected my life. I could tell you about the times when we were just getting into computers, you know, and I think we were probably, our little business was the first really to get into them. And Joan was down the hall and I would yell out, "Hey Joan!" She would know that I'd somehow screwed up Microsoft Word or something. I came over here when I was 17. When I married Wendy, I found out I married Punaho. And you know, I was always kind of hard-headed, they said, and I had kind of stones in my head. And so I got an interest in Hawaiian stone artifacts. And sitting back there is my good buddy, Irv Jenkins. Irving is one of the most knowledgeable people in the whole area of Hawaiiana that I have ever run across in my life. And he lets me pick his brains, he gives me his ideas, and he's a wonderful friend to share rock stories with. And Irving, thank you so much for coming and being a friend.
I want that in writing.
On animal issues, and birds in my humane society. And there's my old neighbors. You know, my first house, the Chuns, just looked at me and he nodded. To me, it was the essence of Hawaii. You know, didn't matter who you were. You know, you took care of your friends. You watched out for your family. And that's one of the reasons I could learn about Hawaii, was because of your father and the friendship of Dave and Marilyn. Wonderful people. This young man is 15 years of age. He's 6'2", has size 16 shoes. And guess where he plays? You want to take a guess? St. Louis. Bert Turner. See that guy sitting over there? One home on the other. Bert Turner. Bert Turner was the guy that gave me, I got into the security business. I ran a company of about 400 people called Safeguard Services. Bert Turner gave me my first contract. Good friends, good people. I thank you all for coming. I love you all. If I've anything of a person, if I've made anything of myself, it's not because of anything I did. It's with what you did. And thank you, and I love you for it. You fooled me again, but I couldn't live life as I do without her. And I'm so glad she is the grandmother to my children, to my little children who are here. I'm so blessed.
We're going to do the cake now, which is another inside story. It, rather than says over the hill, it says older than dirt. Because a very good friend of ours, Gary Wells, has called Steve older than dirt for way too long. Thank you, Sandra Nakasone, for being here early and handling the last minute trauma. Thank you, Kyle Metcalf, for recording. So let's cut the cake.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Steve. Happy birthday to you.
Drive over the pulley, 50 years every day. His ho molly molly, keep all the bummer away. He was raised honey O'Hare, Honey's was his drinking place. Everyone there call him brother, they all get smiling face. He liked to drive down the old road. No rush, his only speed. His radio playing Gabby. He knew it in the in the books of wine. Next month he went turn 80. He's gonna make a luau for him. He went drink Franny Oli. Talk story to all the children. He tell how he grew the taro. He tell how the water was sweet. He tell how he never gets sick in his life, 'cause he never have time for those things. He like to drive down an old road. No rush, his only speed. His radio playing Gabby. He knew it in the old Hawaiian way. In the old Hawaiian way.